Hello and welcome back to our Parkland Design series, and in this one we're going to make a few tweaks and then give it a play test. So I've identified a few things that I want to check. First and foremost, I'm going to go around every single bunker and just have a once over and see if there's any that really need looking at. For example, this one on 3 I think is pretty poor, could be done better, so I've marked that one out. And then there's a couple of other things that I've identified. I'm toying with putting a tree between 1 and 18. Just that's the one area that feels maybe a little light. We could put one there, we could put one there. I'll have a play with either. And then after that, we're going to have a play test and see how that goes, just on pin 1, and note down anything that I think might need to change. So we're going to start the timer and then we will kick off. Right. And off we go. So, first of all, have a little look at a tree. Now, I think I'd like something, maybe that one. Something autumnal works. I want to be able to see the clubhouse still through it, something a bit further left and a bit further on. Give that a go. What about if I put one here? How would that look? I like being able to see down 18. No, not there. Okay, this bit I think probably just needs a few more grasses, but I'll leave that till after the playtest. I want to check every single bunker as we go. This one I'd already had a look at, so that's fine. 2 doesn't have any bunkers. I quite like the rocky area that we've got now, but clearing heavy rough will make a difference there as well. So a little much that. That should do. I'm toying with bringing in fact, let's give this a go. So I think actually bringing in a lot of grass here would be good. Just to have one area where the native stuff really integrates with the course nicely. And I think that'll do both 2 and 5s and feathers. So we're just going to go to multiplant, and that's how we're doing it. And make it pretty thick. This is very much edge of the property stuff. And I could go back and hand plant this, but I don't think I need. And lastly, we can get some of this one in. And I think we probably need to pop a tree down behind here. This is always a good trick for just making sure there's no awkward empty bits. Just blocks out everything and makes it look nice. Yeah, that looks, I think, really good. Happy with that. We'll have a couple of these grasses just around the base here. I did toy with having some coloured grasses as well, but I did want to put some light grass around here. The other benefit I find of multi-plant is it just gives you some quite nice random and irregular shapes, and as someone who does a lot of single planting, sometimes it's nice to have the easy option. That goes there. Yeah, I also toyed with making this a bit more of a native area, and being kind of the one area on course where there's just grasses. Doesn't need to be crazy amounts. It does tend to work better if it's thicker. Pop a couple of these in. I think generally, if you can blend 2 types of grass, it almost always works better. I'm doing a couple of these ones. Sure. These ones tend to render a little bit better as well. I think it needs to be a bit thicker on this side. Okay, and I wonder, probably clearing the heavy rough as well works with this. It's very variable. Sometimes it affects the land a lot, sometimes it really doesn't touch it. Too much. I actually prefer it kind of without. Or at least only light. Yeah, that's nice. Right, checking bunkers on 3. I think those are pretty good. These ones were tough because I had to sculpt them so that you could see it from the T. And I don't need my sculpting to be absolutely perfect. The aim is not super detailed stuff with this one. I think if we run this down this side, that should sort a lot of it. Maybe we'll just do pattern on the inside. Yep, that is fine. And we do need to do a little bit of heavy rock up there. That's another thing I will need to check as we go. What would I wanted here? I think just lowering it. And possibly just a few little mounds this side. That'll do. Don't think I want grasses here. That makes sense. I think this bunker needed tying in just a little bit more. It could probably present a bit better off the T as well. I just messed up the pause there, but oh well. If you're wondering why the timer skips, sometimes it'll almost certainly be me trying to pause around children, either they're romping in for no particular reason. Sometimes I just miss the timer. And there's 2 separate sections of OBS that I have to work with for this. But yeah, if you're wondering, that's why. Both of those look fine. Not the most exciting bunkers, but it will do. That's good. Basically only checking for major things. Here, for example, I think. Anything that immediately leaps out. Take that a little. And the bunkers, because I know those can be variable. I don't think anyone's going to find their way in this, but I think I might have missed a couple of brushes. Nope. Just needs to be sculpted. And as you go, as you get better, you can generally eyeball these and know immediately what they need and what they don't. So here, for example, just go this side. The bunkers aren't going to be particularly challenging on this course. They're quite flat and low profile, which again is fitting with the type of course I wanted to build. Yep, good enough. This one could use a bit more definition around here. That's quite nice. Oh yeah, that's comfortably the worst one. I do think I might have gone back over this one as well, which is fairly damning. Although it might be one of those that's just a little too close to the side of the green, in which case there's limited amounts I can do with it. But we'll try. Now you have to raise this side so it doesn't run off the green and be awkward, which may or may not be doable. I think the final thing it probably needs is tying in side. Not going to be my best bunker. Could always just take the green in a little bit. I mean, the slopes are still there, they're less obvious. And again, that heavy rough brush there, here. This is one that I would love to put grasses in front of, but I don't think I want to, otherwise I'll just start putting them everywhere. As is, I've already done way more than I intended to. And we need a tiny bit of heavy rough removal here. It'll end up being quite a long episode, and that I haven't got onto the playtest yet. That's okay, we've had a number of shorter ones. And it shows you just, even when you think mostly everything is done, there's still always bits. It really doesn't need very much. The single trees, I'm not going to put any grasses around, I don't think. I could do one or two at the base, but I don't think it's needed. Okay, bunkers here. First one's pretty decent. Would be better. I think this is a sightline issue. It's okay. This one does need some help. And I think it almost certainly needs some transition work. You can see where this joins, it's not as neat as it could be. I don't believe you have to be absolutely perfect with them, but it'd be nice to be decent. Now this one, I thought, one of the things I wanted to do was move the T here. In fact, we can move the whole T box. Just think it's a slightly tougher shot and you get a better angle. I don't mind that T-box looking a little more manufactured, also okay. Do we want to bring in more grasses here? Yeah, I think that would be. I think every course you try to have one postcard style par 3. This was the one that I always felt set up the best for it on this one. And yeah, I don't think I'd quite nailed it. So I'm hoping this will do what I need. This might be the one area where I can have the coloured grasses in. Maybe. Depends whether you can see them. Not sure you can. Oh well, they're there if anyone looks. This needs heavy raw. There's quite a lot, so we're just going to spline it. Oh, and there's some back here that I definitely don't want. Okay. I'm not worried about losing every single part of the heavy rough, but there are some bits on this hole in particular. Do a little bit better. Good. Right, bunkers. I didn't check them on the previous hole either. So this one has some issues going on. It looks like a shit. Yeah, you can see the thing just popped down. Means we probably have done it elsewhere as well. There. Didn't check them on this hole either. I think I've done a decent amount of work with those. And some heavy. Okay, those are good. Yeah, a cluster of trees, this could use some grass work. I'm trying to make them a bit sparser at the end, so as you get to the edges, slightly tweaking how much there is there. And again, tying in with the rough tool. Okay. And generally on a pass you'll spot the same things, and you can't look for everything all at once. Or at least you can try to, but it's really slow progress. So I tend to prefer instead just looking for a couple of things at a time. And then when I playtest, stuff will just leap out. It's more obvious. I feel like I redid these ones relatively recently, so this should be fine. Heavy rough aside. That one is not. Perhaps no surprise given it's on tough land to make a good bunker out of. Just didn't it? It's so close to the river on this side. You kind of want it tilting a little bit, but not too. That's good. Be rough to do there. Done relatively recently. All looks fine. Huge amount of heavy rough to do there. Not quite much of that maybe. That's where we want it. Sometimes when you want a slightly fuzzier edge to this, these brushes can work really nice, because if you advanced edit them, they're about as fuzzy as they can be. Yep, that's all right. Bunker wise, pretty good. Could use a little bit of help just here. Be rough again. Might be worth splitting the playtest into a different video altogether. Be more just explaining what I'm looking for. Pre-playtest checks, because you don't want to get into your playtest and then suddenly just spot all of the basic stuff, because it takes the focus off what you're really trying to achieve, I find. When I'm playtesting, I really just want to be looking for sculpting, surfacing, sightlines. If I'm looking for those things on the first playtest, first major playtest, then I've done pretty well. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, with all the trees around here, you need quite a lot of heavy rough. This bunker I feel was good. This side needs up there. That's okay. What do I want here? Oh, I was going to sculpt this bit down. Not a huge amount. Yep, that works. 17, I feel like I've done a heavy rough brush pass on most of it, just not here. Okay, bunkers. Okay, that one's okay. That one's not great. Again, I think this is a casualty of being a little too close to the green. We'll try to salvage. I think that's all right. And finally 18. Oh, that was probably just overlapping brushes, which is where that hasn't sat down properly. It's just about getting this lip working. Can be tricky. Again, not quite enough room to play with. That would explain in part why I didn't like this sightline before, because you're just seeing the bunker surface itself too high up, which tends to render work. Looks a little better. And it's going to be the same with this one. Which again would make sense because I did these quite early in comparison to others. And some other Yeah, same issues with this one. Second one may not be totally visible from the tee, but that's okay. Good. I think I just need to do this around all of them. Yeah, the ones on 18 may need a little bit of work. Right. I hit save there. Now, I think the only other thing I have to do is check that all of the greens are multi-pinned. First one isn't, which is always a good start. Let's have pin 1 on number 1 be here. Actually, no. That's a better thing. 2 can go there. I will look at balancing these a bit more later. I don't need to do that just yet. 2 I think I had done. 3 I hadn't. This green's a bit of a mess. Pin 1 there. 2 can be down here. Actually, no. 2 can be back there. 3, and then 4. Now, there are some issues with this green. Let's try to work this through to here so that everything is sloping that way. I think it's an interesting green, it just isn't quite all going the right way at the moment. Okay, and then can we just get that lowered a tiny bit? So maybe we go that. That's alright. It's not meant to be a particularly challenging course, but equally you want some slopes that will help. Bit of there. And then this front portion just needs some flattening out as well. This hasn't quite decided if it wants to go all the way this side or not. I think not. Raise up there. Then we can flatten. Should be okay. And then that pin's fine, and that pin's challenging, but that's also fine. 4, we've got all pins. 5, I think it's after that I have got the multiple greens. Yep. No. Oh yeah, because this green I haven't decided what I'm doing yet at all. Let's just go with it as it is. 1 can be back, 2 can be that front little portion. 3 there, 4 over here. I think it might just need some flattening. I wouldn't do that too close to the bunker. I know I wanted this part of the green to slope pretty hard. I don't think I'd decided at all I wanted this part to do. Probably do the same, to be honest. I think I almost always have one par 3 where there's a considerable back to slope. Yeah. Do I think. For now at least. This pin's a little flat around it. There we go. I had done this. Yep. I think I know where I'm at now. I've done all of them. So all we can do is just do a quick fly around, check I've multi-pinned all the greens. And we're going to save, and then in our next video we'll do a playtest. Okay, and we are going to save here. And while we're doing that, I'll stop the timer. 1851 is not bad. In that half an hour we got quite a lot done of just basic checks. I'm looking forward to playtesting this and seeing what is left to tweak. Might even be able to come in under the 20-hour mark, because I think it's pretty close at this point. Hopefully, unless playtesting throws up loads, I'd anticipate it maybe throws up a couple of sightline issues. A couple of things I'd want to tweak. So like it might be this mounding here, could that come up a little bit more? But really I'm hoping not too much. So yes, that'll be the next episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed. See you again next time.